Glucotrust surveys, genuine pills that work or phony enhancement brand? Glucotrust was made determined to guarantee solid glucose levels, paying little heed to mature and orientation. The positive Glucotrust audits shared by fulfilled clients assert that the enhancement is simply right on the money. In any case, Glucotrust is certainly not a typical glucose supplement to control glucose levels just. It goes past that and supports a sound way of life in various ways. The more you are familiar with this surprising enhancement, the more you will like it. You better assemble more data about Glucotrust before you head to the authority site of the enhancement to buy it. In this Glucotrust survey, you can get familiar with Glucotrust to settle on an official choice about requesting it. What is Glucotrust? Plan, cases. Medical advantages. Assists control with high blood sugar levels in individuals with diabetes. Decreased pulse and evoked complexities connected with hypertension. Makes you more enthusiastic by advancing more significant levels of energy. Assists you with getting more fit with the assistance of fixings like chromium. Further develops your rest designs normally and empowers you to get profound rest consistently. Checks your yearning and hunger generally. Upgrades your liver capabilities and the emission of liver chemicals. Raises your body's ordinary metabolic speed. Highlights. Produced in FDA-supported research offices in the U.S. Every one of the fixings blended into it are guaranteed by the GRA. A premium and laid-out brand like most extreme-edge sustenance is the producer of this extraordinary enhancement. Veggie lover clients can likewise consume this enhancement decisively. Measurements: 1 container every day prior to resting. Fixings: Gymnema sylvestre, manganese, juniper berries, cinnamon, biotin, chromium, licorice root, zinc. After effects: clients didn't report serious secondary effects up until this point. Cost: 1 jug for $69. 3 containers for $177. 6 containers for $294. Discount strategy: 180-day unconditional promise. As the name of the enhancement recommends, it's a reliable enhancement as far as holding solid glucose levels in the long haul. These days, it's quite difficult to keep up with solid glucose in the realm of garbage and handled food sources. Day-to-day existence stress adds more difficulty to the issue by setting off unreasonable and undesirable food desires. Don't get sufficient rest consistently to adapt to their cutoff times, and this large number of harming factors straightforwardly influence one's glucose levels. A solid way of life is the main mystery to living with ordinary glucose levels and without illnesses. Any anomalies in blood glucose levels can prompt different complexities, ultimately assuming that they go neglected. Tragically, individuals scarcely have sufficient opportunity to keep a tab on the irregularities in their blood glucose levels. The Glucotrust glucose supplement comes as a one-stop answer for every one of these hard-to-oversee issues. Creating diabetes and comparable glucose-related issues is normal these days, and when you foster one of them, getting your well-being in the groove again requires a great deal of exertion. The people who need more investment to hit exercise centers, cook and eat good food varieties, and acquire changes ways of life can choose the Glucotrust supplement to oversee glucose levels normally. At any rate, the normal enhancement is more gainful than you expect it to be. Other than giving you stable glucose levels, Glucotrust furnishes you with some psyche-twisting medical advantages that can change your life from the back to front. The researchers and specialists of Greatest Edge Nourishment have given all their insights something to do to plan this superb normal enhancement with demonstrated regular fixings. Other than advancing solid glucose levels, typical blood course through your veins is additionally guaranteed by Glucotrust, and the sensational fixings present in the enhancement are the purpose for that. Some Glucotrust audits from fulfilled clients additionally recommend that Glucotrust influences one's sensory system capability emphatically as well. Glucotrust is wealthy in specific fixings that are useful as far as making your body convert food into energy consistently. Likewise, it checks your unhealthy food desires to provide you with a fitter variant of yourself. As a dietary enhancement, Glucotrust is a finished one, and its supplement profile is rich and special. Cutting down the insulin obstruction of one's body is significant for controlling glucose levels, and Glucotrust does that certainly. Other than everything, the Glucotrust creators have focused on the significance of profound snooze monitoring one's glucose level. Researchers accept that lack of sleep is the main driver behind high glucose, and that is the reason the creators have mixed rest setting off parts into the equation. The definition cycle of this dietary enhancement has been finished in FDA-endorsed research labs, and the creators focused on GRA consistent normal fixings over others while planning Glucotrust. Our examination and article group plunged profound into the usefulness of glucotrust, and they reached the resolution that the enhancement is so proficient because of its novel usefulness, as it were. Every one of the spices and supplements mixed into the equation are upheld by Well-Being Canada supported exploration, and they're most certainly the best ones to adjust glucose. However, holding a solid glucose level takes a ton, and glucotrust independently can't guarantee a sound blood glucose level. It can guarantee that your excursion toward becoming sound becomes simpler. Glucotrust is at a bargain now temporarily. How does glucotrust work? You probably comprehended the point that glucotrust cuts down high glucose levels. Yet, how? Indeed, the producers of glucotrust sorted out that imbalanced cortisol levels are the excellent reason for stoutness, which causes blood glucose issues. These days, the vast majority get denied of rest, which prompts higher discharge of cortisol, the pressure chemical. Thus, the speediest answer for help sound glucose is advancing a profound and restoring rest consistently. That is the reason the glucotrust producers chose to put the most valuable rest prompting components together to figure out this enhancement. These rest prompting components convey much more than advancing profound rest just. They support ordinary pulse, typical weight, solid and vulnerable capabilities, and some more. Glucotrust fixings. The elements of glucotrust make it so productive, and the fixings are chosen by industry-driving researchers and specialists who are knowledgeable about glucose the board. Every one of the glucotrust fixings accompanies a novel suggestion that empowers the enhancement to offer different valuable impacts. Some glucotrust fixings assist with invigorating insulin creation, while others will generally build up the strength of your safe framework. In this fragment, we will get more familiar with the extraordinary elements of each glucotrust fixing. Gymnema Sylvestre. Your body's degree of blood glucose spikes as you eat anything. It goes higher when you eat something garbage or sweet. Individuals who need to bring down glucose levels need to abandon eating garbage or sweet food sources, as indicated by clinical specialists, yet the undertaking is simply difficult. Notwithstanding, that turns out to be very conceivable with the assistance of normal spices like Gymnema Sylvestre. We get dopamine kicks as we devour food sources loaded with fat or sugar. Additionally, stout individuals are bound to get regular sugar desires, and it becomes more diligently for them to abandon low-quality foods. Gymnema Sylvestre's essential capability is to control your food desires and sugar desires by and large. Likewise, the normal properties of the spice assume a key part in supporting sound glucose. Gymnema Sylvestre is a spice brimming with normal cell reinforcements and other helpful properties. These properties come to utilize when you're determined to cut down your glucose levels. Devouring powerful dosages of the spice consistently can in a real sense invalidate your undesirable food desires, and you at last beginning eating sound as it were. As the spice figures out how to decrease your food desires and lower high glucose levels at the same time, it becomes feasible for you to accomplish reasonably low glucose levels inside a brief time. Biotin. Biotin supplements are frequently recommended to patients who are inclined to experience the ill effects of liver issues or issues connected with skin and hair. The exceptional restoring properties of biotin make it one of the most mind-blowing regular fixings to adjust glucose levels. Consuming biotin routinely manages glucose levels essentially. Logical examination recommends that our liver chemicals assume a pivotal part in adjusting glucose levels, and biotin ad-libs the discharge of liver proteins to limit raised glucose levels. Additionally, the cell reinforcements found in biotin can normally purify your liver. Simultaneously, biotin is accepted to advance profound and reviving rest consistently while upgrading the state of your skin and hair. The fixing loosens up your sensory system and expands its solidarity to better your mental capacities. Manganese. One of the fundamental minerals for ordinary physical processes, manganese changes over glucose into energy in more prominent volumes to direct glucose levels and energy levels simultaneously. A few